You open Google Analytics to answer one simple question: which page is actually making me money? 5 minutes later, you're 10 clicks deep into GA4, staring at a random chart from yesterday at 3 p.m. You've accidentally filtered to users from Bolivia on Firefox, and you still don't know where people are dropping off your funnel. So you close the tab and go back to guessing. This is exactly the problem a tool called Rybbit is trying to fix. It's a simple visual web analytics platform that shows you traffic, funnels, and user journeys without needing a degree in Google Analytics. If you want to check it out while we go through it, the link is in the description. Let's talk about how this actually works. If you run an e-commerce store, a SaaS product, or you're a marketer running campaigns, Analytics is meant to help you answer really basic questions. Where are my visitors coming from? Which pages do they care about? Where exactly do they drop off before they buy or sign up? But most of us end up in one of two camps. Either we install Google Analytics and never look at it because GA4 feels like a spaceship cockpit, or we obsess over one or two vanity metrics, like total visitors, and ignore everything else because it's too confusing. E-commerce owners will know this feeling. You launch a new product page, run some ads, and sales are okay-ish. But you don't know if people are bouncing on mobile, getting lost at checkout, or clicking into your FAQ and never coming back. SaaS founders and marketers will relate too. You've got a homepage, pricing, sign-up, onboarding, documentation, all these moving parts. You see your sign-ups number changing, but you have no idea which step in that journey is actually broken. Most of the heavy-duty tools, GA4, Mixpanel, even things like Cloudflare Analytics, are incredibly powerful, but they come with complex setup. Endless menus and reports, terminology that makes you feel like you're doing a stats exam. So what happens? You either ignore the data and make decisions from your gut, or you waste time trying to extract something simple like, show me the funnel from homepage, pricing, checkout. I've 100% been that person who spends 30 minutes trying to build one funnel report in GA and then gives up, thinking, surely there's an easier way than this. That frustration is how Rybbit was born. I found Rybbit on AppSumo, and the tagline felt very on the nose. Track website traffic and understand user behavior with a simplified Google Analytics alternative. Built by Bill Yang, who was basically fed up with how overwhelming GA4 had become, the idea was, what if we combine the simplicity of those lightweight, just works analytics tools with some of the powerful stuff, like funnels, user journeys, and real-time traffic, without the complexity? Rybbit positions itself as an alternative to Cloudflare, Google Analytics, and Mixpanel. But it's very much geared towards e-commerce brands, marketers, and SaaS teams who just want clear answers. A few phrases jumped out at me. Analyze funnels, user journeys, and sessions to see how visitors move through your site and where they drop off. Get an intuitive dashboard that helps you instantly understand your traffic, top pages, audience data, and site performance. Cookieless tracking and 2-year data retention for all tiers. So the pitch is one clean dashboard, real-time traffic with a 3D globe, funnels, journeys, user profiles, web vitals, and error tracking, without the usual headache. It sounded almost too neat. So I started thinking, what would this look like in a real day running a site? Let's imagine I'm running a small SaaS app with a marketing site. I've got 3 key questions. How many people are coming to the site and from where? Where are they getting stuck in the sign-up flow? What does a typical user journey actually look like from first visit to sign-up? I install Rybbit by dropping a small script on my site. Same idea as GA, but far less fiddly. Then I log into the Rybbit dashboard. On the main screen, I can instantly see traffic sources, search, social, email, direct, top pages, homepage, blog posts, pricing, docs, devices and browsers. Is everyone on mobile or mostly desktop? Audience geography. Which countries and regions people are coming from. Each of those is in a clean card-style layout. If I want more, I click in to see deeper metrics, but I'm not hunting through 15 nested menus. I pick a date range, this week, this month, and maybe adjust the bucket size so I can see traffic by hour or day. If I want to get a bit geeky, there's also web vitals and error tracking, so I can see if slow load times or JavaScript errors are hurting conversions. Now the fun bit, the global map. Rybbit has this interactive 3D map that shows where users are coming from in real time. As traffic hits your site, you literally see it animating across the globe, countries, regions, even coordinates. It's part serious analytics and part, I feel like I'm running mission control. You can click into any point on the map, and it'll show you detailed session info for that cluster of users. But the real power for marketers and SaaS teams is in the funnels and journeys. Say I want to track my main onboarding funnel, homepage, pricing, sign up, app welcome. In Rybbit, I create a funnel with those steps. Now I can see how many people start at step 1, what percentage move to step 2, where the biggest drop-off is, and what my overall conversion rate is through that path. Maybe I see 1,000 people on the homepage, 400 click through to pricing, 100 hit sign up, and only 30 actually land on the welcome page. Now I know. The biggest drop is from pricing to sign up. So instead of randomly redesigning my homepage, I focus on the pricing page first. If I run e-commerce, same idea. Product page, add to cart, checkout, order confirmation. It lets me move from people aren't buying to 70% of them are dropping in checkout on mobile, which is a much more actionable insight. Then we've got journeys and user profiles. Rybbit lets you drill into individual sessions and see the page-by-page path a visitor took. So I can follow one user journey like came from Twitter, landed on blog post, clicked to another article, visited pricing, left, or came from Google Ads, landed on landing page, scrolled, clicked FAQ, bounced. For each session, I can see location, device, and browser, which path they took, where they hesitated or dropped off. That's massively useful for marketers. Instead of guessing how people navigate your site, you can literally watch the paths they take and then refine the layout or copy. One slightly no-way moment for me was the cookie-less tracking plus 2-year data retention across all tiers. It means you're on much safer ground with privacy and regulations. You can still see long-term trends without paying some enterprise price. And all of this is wrapped up in a UI that's built for solopreneurs and small teams. No giant learning curve, no, where did they move this report to in GA4? So what do you actually get from using something like Rybbit instead of just sticking with Google Analytics? Number 1, clarity. You can open one dashboard and get a real sense of what's going on. What's driving traffic? Which pages are performing? Which funnels are broken? No digging, no endless configuration. Number 2, better decisions. Funnels and journeys mean you can prioritize based on data. If 60% of your visitors are dropping between cart and checkout, that's where your next experiment goes. If everyone is landing on your docs from Google but never signing up, you can add CTAs or tweak the copy. Number 3, peace of mind. Because it's cookieless, simpler, and built with privacy in mind, you're not constantly panicking about consent banners and weird GA settings. Also, it just feels less corporate. Most of us don't need a full-blown enterprise analytics stack. We need something that fits into our actual workflow and helps us make decisions quickly. Now, let's talk about the AppSumo deal, because this is where it gets really interesting. On AppSumo, Rybbit is offering a lifetime deal starting at $49. The normal price for that tier is $124, so you're getting about 60% off. License Tier 1 is $49 one time. You get up to 20,000 page views per month. Tracking for 3 websites, 1 user, web vitals, funnels, goals, error tracking, journeys, user profiles, 2-year data retention, cookieless tracking. For a solo marketer, a small SaaS, or a single e-commerce shop, plus maybe a landing page or blog, that's more than enough. Tier 2 is $129 lifetime, down from a higher regular price. That bumps you up to 100,000 page views per month. 10 websites, 3 users. Same features: web vitals, funnels, goals, error tracking, journeys, profiles, 2-year retention, cookieless tracking. This is ideal if you're an agency, or you run multiple brands and want them all under one analytics roof. Tier 3 is $279 lifetime. Here you get 250,000 page views per month, 25 websites, 10 users. So now you're in serious small analytics platform for multiple projects territory. To put that in context, many privacy-friendly analytics tools will charge $10 to $50 per month depending on traffic. Tools like Mixpanel or enterprise-style analytics can easily run into hundreds per month at higher volume. Here, even Tier 2 and 3 are basically the price of a couple of months of those tools, but they're lifetime. On AppSumo, Rybbit currently has a rating of 4.6 out of 5 from early users, which is strong for a young product. It's an AppSumo Select deal, so it's gone through their quality and support checks. And of course, you get the 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can install it, run it alongside your current analytics for a couple of months, see if you actually open Rybbit more than GA, and if not, you just refund. So who is Rybbit actually perfect for? If you're running an e-commerce store and you want to see clearly where people are dropping from product page to checkout, this makes a ton of sense. If you're a SaaS founder or marketer who wants simple funnels, clear user journeys, error and web vitals tracking, without the overhead of GA4 or Mixpanel, Rybbit is in that sweet spot. If you're a solopreneur with a few sites, maybe a personal site, a landing page, and a small product, Tier 1 at $49 is a really low-stress way to get serious analytics without monthly subscriptions. If you're an agency managing multiple client sites, Tier 2 or 3 gives you a tidy way to handle all your client analytics in one place and actually explain it to them without a 30-slide deck. Who is it probably not for? If you're a data team at a huge company with very complex tracking, heavy custom events, and deep integrations, you'll probably still want the full power and pain of GA4, Mixpanel, or Amplitude. If you're totally happy with your current stack and use it heavily, custom reports in GA, BigQuery exports, all of that, it might not be worth switching. And if your site gets millions of page views a month, even Tier 3 might feel small for you, so you'd want to double-check the limits. The way I think about this is, most of us don't need more data. We need clearer data that we actually look at and act on. If an analytics tool is so complex that you never open it, it's not helping you no matter how powerful it is. If you want to try Rybbit, the link is in the description. You've got 60 days to install it, play with the dashboards, build a funnel or two, and see if it becomes your default analytics tab. Next, I'm planning to run Rybbit side by side with Google Analytics on a test site and see which one actually helps me spot and fix conversion issues faster. So if you're curious about that, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's product review. And maybe, instead of doing another deep dive into GA4 tutorials, try giving yourself a simpler analytics setup and see how much mental space that frees up.